What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. And this is Big Games BS, part of the Media Group, presented by AlphaClinicsOnline.com. AlphaClinicOnline.com is a go-to website for all things just hormone replacement. A lot of us really just need a lot of this during this time of year. You guys you got to get your hormones regulated, man. It's getting out of control, man. Florida State, just in general, recruiting is up and down. It's wild. It causes grown men to really be in their feelings and emotions and start saying things that just aren't 100% unequivocally untrue. And it throws me. It really throws me off. It throws me off. Actually, Till Dog just put up one of those. Did you see? You know Bubba Dub? I think that's his name. Nah, the comedian.
I never heard that.
All right, man. He had one of the most hilarious skits. Well, not skits. It was just a talk between him. It's not gonna let me email it. I can email it to you from my other one. It's he was talking about how he coaches Pop Warner football, and he had a blind kid that came up to him, and the mom wanted them to play, and he was like, "Your son could be on the team, but he's not gonna play." And then he was like, "Man, that woman went down on me so bad." He's a starting quarterback. It was just it's funny because a lot of people don't believe that, but that's how a lot of y'all got plans out. Kind of like how Forrest Gump got his mama got him into that school. That's basically what happened. I'm about to hopefully do quick. It's like a minute videos with him and Lou Young. He got that struggle beard. I feel bad for men who have that with the little patches. You're a grown man, and there's little patches of beard there. But that just made me think about what somebody just put in the comments. But man, how you guys been doing? It's been a little bit of time. We did the Tramel Jones interview, where he stated the obvious that he's been saying since the whole time. Cleared up some things. What was funny is, and I have no problem. It's really no issue with it, but it is funny. The other sites put breaking news: Tramel Jones shuts down his recruitment, but they don't put where they got that information from. They just put Tramel shut down his recruitment, and I find that odd, like very, very odd. And they get mad when consider them the source. Like they could have just put he broke it on. He didn't have to put the show out. They could have just said he broke it to his coach. But like it was funny. So what I'm gonna start doing is start taking their shit and just start having it as breaking. I'm gonna call it on 3-6. And just anytime I see something, I'm gonna take their graphic and just use it. And just be like, I'm breaking news. Like, because I know it will piss them off, but it's funny because they do that shit to everybody. But it's like it's breaking the law when you do it to them. But shout out to all of that stuff. That stuff is it's pretty fucking funny to me, at least. I don't know if everybody else has my sense of humor, or not. We're not in the world's greatest cigar lounge, but we can go ahead and get through the semantics, the housekeeping portion of the show. Just know we're really close to the 6,000. We are, damn, I was 86 away, but now we're 87 away from 6,000. Consider becoming a member. Membership is $3.99. Those are my greenies. We also will have a bunch of Mandarin content coming on our channel, but I will be creating a couple high school. Hopefully, right now Mandarin is the only team, but we probably will have a couple other teams that we partner with. We will have a Mandarin sports channel. Please subscribe to that. Check that out. Proceeds for that will go to the Mandarin football program that everybody else. Have we been on since that's how I tell about the brawl? Because we showed the kid Bryson jumping right over the person. When was the last show we did? Was it Wednesday? No, I mean I know the Trammell show. Was it Trammell? Was it Monday and Trammell? Okay. Big Game, can you explain the congregation that keep hollering? That keep hollering. Just go get Derek. It ain't it ain't that simple. It ain't that simple. Yeah, we'll get into that here in a little bit. We're going to talk about recruiting. This is a free. This is a what I won't do is speak overly critical. I'll keep it to what's the results. The comments though, this is a safe space for you guys. Vent away. I understand. That was a tough couple days after having the momentum that we wanted to have. The last one was more of a head scratcher than I am mad. I'm mad, but definitely a head scratcher. But we will we'll discuss what happened in recruiting here shortly after we get through the basic housekeeping needs of the show. So if we can pull up the first thing, we'll talk about my Mandarin Mustangs a little bit. I think that's what that one is. Trying to grow a national brand here. And shout out to Victory. It's spelled a little funny, but maybe a little snake oil, but it does give you a little bit of a spring. It does give you, and the reason why I'm going to say this is because if you're afraid of athleticism, raw athleticism, beware. There's about to be a bunch of black kids doing very, very athletic shit. And but the crazy part is a lot of these black kids could do this already without the spring. So but I'm gonna let them tell their story and post that. Our Mandarin's first commercial.
Why is this what's being put in performance footwear, right? This is not serious. What if they had something that is higher grade, backed by science, and designed in such a way that it takes the force that you put in the ground and it returns it? Having something that when you bend your foot does this, it is more efficient biomechanically for you to be wearing it. So you guys just put Victory insoles in, right? How'd they feel?
I didn't think it was gonna be real, but once I put them in, I was like, oh dang.
I felt jumpy as soon as I put them in. I ain't gonna lie.
I could jump way higher than I can before. Very definitely increased with the soles.
Hey, I definitely feel like I got way more bouncy and faster.
I feel like I got superpowers.
It's a huge confidence boost. Know that you won't get hurt.
Now I feel like I can, do what I gotta do on the field.
I feel like I can run like 1,000 miles in these jumps. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give me 10 more pair for my family.
All right. So the one kid, all of those kids could already do all of that before. Like we had our coaches chat. Was like, like why would they lie? I'm like, guys, that's part of marketing. Like, as B5, one of the kids is 13 that was doing the backflip. Like you find that most athletic, even in training, you find the most athletic kids that you have, and you're developing them. And I'm not saying that it didn't help a little bit, give them a little more spring, but none of those kids, like all of those kids could do all of that shit before. So like, I don't really know, but it was really, really cool. Damn, Zach blocked you guys? That's crazy. What is this? Good morning, James. Chat. Oh, all right. Go to the next thing, Miles. We got. I think this is about the book bag drive coming up. I don't know. I just send him to Miles and then he clicks on them. Oh no, this is me talking about my grandma. 4th of July's coming. Everybody's talking about fits. Like, you know, all the woke people are like, if you get a 4th of July fit, you after Juneteenth, and you're not really black, man. Cut all that shit. My grandmother wants a where do you buy old people shit? My grandmother wants a 4th of July blouse, like a red, white, and blue blouse, so she can wear around the old folks home and be festive. And she was pointing out other old people, but it wasn't red, white, and blue. It was just like, hey, I like that blouse. I like this. I like that. And I'm like, Grandma, okay, Grandma, I will try to find you something. And I'm like, where the fuck do I buy old people shit? They don't have, I know the only stores I know is Finish Line, Amazon, and something else. So like I gotta get my grandmother is Bill's is that like Bill's? You remember Burdines used to be Burdines was the Florida store. Is Bill's the old people store? Is that like what that is? A couple people have said Bill's. FSUJ whatever said Google. I tried that. And I don't have time for a Temu shipping thing for the 4th of fucking July. Yeah. That's tomorrow. 4th of July is tomorrow. I need that shit by tomorrow before I go over there so she can have her 4th of July fit. It's what she wants. She doesn't ask for a lot. Catherine's sounds like an old people store. I don't even know where these places are located. Yeah, I've never heard of Catherine's. TJ Maxx. Oof. TJ Maxx and Ross. Do I have to? Do they do online shipping? Because TJ Maxx and Marshalls and those Ross, like I used to go to those places all the time. Now they make me itch. Like I don't want to go in there. It just feel dirty. Like I know that means I'm bougie. That means I've made it. But like, is JCPenney even still open? Where do you find the JC? There's no fucking mall in Jacksonville now. I don't think. I don't know. All right. Target has okay. If Target has, I can go to Target. Anyways, that's that. Old people stores. Thank y'all for giving me. Thank y'all for your advice though. That really helps me out because I really want to make my grandmother happy. Even though she was mean most of my life, I still love her. Still one of my favorite old people. So now I help out. I did not know JCPenney's was still open. I know Macy's is open. Primo's been around for 8 months. Luis Maez. Shout out to him for being a member. For being a greenie. All right, let's go to the next thing, sir. Oh, yeah, breaking news here. Just because everybody else is in how the fuck did you get that up there? I don't know why that is even or where it's from. That's from yesterday. Made his nationwide press run about how he felt about Florida State and how he's shutting it down. We have no sound on. Oh. Is it that? Yeah, you get it. Yeah. That's why I figured it wasn't that. What was it? All right. Anyways, Trammell broke down. Trammell is showing that there may be a new competitor for his services. So this is live reporting. This is very, very good reporting. You can't get this kind of up to the minute reporting anywhere else, but I want to show you guys how we have a feeling that Ohio State might be trying to get back in with Trammell. We have the grainy footage and all. Forgive my camera, it's been dropped 1,000 times. You know, man. Let me see who's recruiting you, man. Just let the people know, man. You gotta get them word. Oh no, QB1. Oh man, just like I always knew it. Goddamn Ohio State. They're coming for it. They can't just let Ohio State can't just let us have anything. As soon as we think you got one thing done, somebody else comes in and takes you. It comes in, it's always take your girl season, but it's always get your girl back season. Hopefully this will happen to us. We got some more updates about other people coming up later on in the show. Going to the next thing, Miles. Shout out to my boy Cracker Calamari for re-upping on that membership. Thank you, sir. Because Anthony he put his full government, but he's Cracking Calamari on Twitter. What is that one? Oh, that's a continuance. We'll just go with that. Continuing, like I love the stories that we talk about, and we gave her a hard time, rightfully so. But her story wasn't complete, and because she didn't give a name, everybody made an assumption. They assumed that it was Joe Coxs was the person that she was giving the hot tour to, that Matthew Stafford's wife was giving the hot tour to in order to make him jealous. But this is why you got to shut your fucking mouth. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. So Matthew Stafford's wife, Kelly, apologized to the family of former backup Joe Coxs on IG after her story of sleeping with the backup went viral. Kelly made it clear that it was not Coxs who she had a relationship with, which would have been even funnier because she's messing with the cock of Coxs behind behind the staff's back. Beautiful family. He got him a good one right there. That's a solid. That's a really. He got him a good black woman. And she got 3 in her, but like, he's he's the former Alabama quarterback coach. Or no, excuse me, tight ends coach. He recruited Jacksonville. Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't recognize it until that right there because he's come to the cigar lounge. He was recruiting, that's funny. But she put this, and this is a heartfelt note here. To this beautiful fam, I am sorry for the media storm that happened last week that made its way into your lives. You had zero involvement in what I spoke about. And in fact, it was y'all's relationship in college that I looked up to and wanted for me and Matthew. You were the couple that everyone thinks Matthew and I was. Y'all were the UGA QB and cheerleader that met and never let go. Like, it didn't. The guy who tweeted this brought up something, because this is probably what happened with Joe. Because Joe's with a black woman. I don't know what it's like to be with a white woman. Y'all are lovely. My pilgrim colors in my chat. Spanish women are similar. Joe's minding his own fucking business, doing whatever the fuck Joe's doing right now. Some chick decides to run her loose ass lips on social media, saying on a show that nobody asked her about, saying that she was fucking the quarterback, the backup quarterback. Most times, the backup quarterback people notably say this is the number 2 guy behind you, not number 3 or 4, because she could have made it seem like he was a nobody. Right. But she made it seem like, this motherfucker, if Matt went down, he was going to be the man. Joe gets his phone blown up because his wife's phone's getting blown up. Did you know that Joe was fucking Kelly when y'all was in college? That's what Kelly said. That's what this is said. So she's getting 100. She's getting blown up. She doesn't know how to just say, man, fuck that shit. So now she got to blow up your spot. And now Joe got to go up there and say, hey, man, fuck. Now Joe got to call Matthew up, man. Hey, get your bitch in control. Like, it's the 40-year-old version scene when the guy gets caught and he comes up and she's like, do you talk to him? Hey, man, what the shit? Like, get your bitch. Yeah, you came in there. Your bitch is out of control. You need to get her on a leash. That's what Joe Coxs told Matthew Stafford, because his bitch is out of control. She just needs to be put on a leash. My guy says, a woman will for sure sabotage some shit, boy. Joe Coxs was probably sitting at the crib chilling. Then his wife come in and throw and it's a black woman. She definitely showed him the accuracy. She threw a whole fucking iPhone 15 at that skull, like at the cue ball. And he's just like, he doesn't even know why he's getting this. Lost in all of this, though, is she apologized to the family in which she hurt. She has not once apologized to her husband, who has not asked for any of this shit. It shows you that it's, again, Savannah James is the prototype. That's what we need to be. Like, we need more art. This is why people hate LeBron. You don't hate LeBron because you hate LeBron because he's powerful enough to get his son a job. We'll talk about that. But he's also got the baddest bitch in the game wearing his chain, and she don't talk. We don't really know. Nobody can imitate Savannah James' voice because we've barely heard her speak. And she has a podcast now, and she barely talks on it. She has not once said anything. And when you've been with somebody for over 20 years, she's been with LeBron since he was in high school. She got plenty of embarrassing stories about LeBron she can tell. But she's not doing it. Because she doesn't want to fuck up her happiness. She doesn't want to fuck up a happy home. Did some math, man. Did the math, and the math is mathing. Did you know that there's 97 men for every 100 women? The math states that in America, that if every man was if every man got with a woman, this isn't including the community. It's not including the community. There would be over 11 million women still single. For the African American community, it's 88 to 100. So if every black man married every black woman, I think there would still be like something like 11 million black women still, or something close to that, still single. All I'm saying is that if you knew those numbers and you got a 1%er, you would shut the fuck up and just vibe just a little bit. But no, you would be apologizing to me. Don't tell that shit to me. Don't say that shit about me, man. It's crazy, man. Eric has a good point. He said, well, I call BS on the story because my cousin was in Stafford's class and he was the wannabe bad boy. I just don't understand. Again, for women who have made it, I don't understand the need to have to make yourself like it's why I hate Ayesha Curry. Ayesha Curry, like, I just wanted people to notice me. Why? You're married to Steph Curry. He's one of the best people in the world. Right. Like, why do you need this? Speaking of just wanting to be noticed, noticing and the cool shit, I haven't spoke on this, so we're gonna go into FSU recruiting right now. Man, so we got a real Indian, like a true Seminole Indian, like in our last commit. Now, I never knew that this kid was an Indian. This is clearly a black name. There's nothing Indian about this name. If somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, man, we got a kid, Gregory Zay Thomas," nothing about that screams Indian. But we got one, and not just any Indian. The Indian, like he got money. Grandma's like number 2 in the tribe. Like they run in the casinos. Brother had his own, like his commitment ceremony was at the Hard Rock because grandmama is the one. It's crazy. I would have never thought that. It was so dope. Like, I can only imagine what his draft party is going to be like. It's probably going to be insane. They had the cabanas. It was a perfect day in Fort Lauderdale or wherever the hell, Hollywood, Florida, wherever it is. It was like, I thought we've had a Seminole walk-on, but he's the first scholarship Seminole player that we would have had. But you know, blow up his picture, because this is when I want to say the black men. This is a winning black man right here. You see the dad. The dad got that woman knocked up 3 times, man. He is good to go. He is good to go. That's what I was wondering. But it gave me, well, his mama's not short. Like, that's a tall, well, I guess he's 6'1", I think. So his dad, that's probably that's some mid fives right there. Yeah. I don't know. That white man sitting there, I'm trying to figure out who he is. That might be the coach. That would be so, in this world where things are changing, imagine, that's what I want. I want to become like Batman and have Alfred. But just have him white, but just have a random white guy that follow. His job is to follow me around as my butler. If I hire a butler, it would not be. It's technically I want to keep it in the community, but I also want to do this for my ancestors. I just want to have a random white guy that calls me, and I'm gonna make him speak in antebellum. Like, yes, sir, Mr. Coleman. Like, what's that movie where they had the Asian lady, like the Asian maid, and she makes him talk. She makes him talk. The dad makes her talk like it's like the old maid that he had growing up. So now, I clean your shoes, Master Coleman. You can't treat him like actually, no, I want him to talk like the dude from Django. You can't treat Django like any other niggas on here because he ain't like any other niggas. Can he walk right? Not in front of my niggas, he can't. No, you can't say that word. Well, you know what? This isn't on the script, but we will get into this too because y'all gonna get off of my quarterback's pops. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But anyway, so you see the guys here. We have a video of the commitment of like what it looked like, the guitar and the hard rock. So it's in one of those, but just amazing just to drive by here. Imagine you're down south. You're a big time Miami fan. You're just out and about on the streets gallivanting, low riding, listening to Usher. And you're like, we're doing good in recruiting. We run the states, we run the city because recruiting is recruiting. And then you drive by and you see this. Just got to make you a little bit mad. But also at the same time, I think it's kind of fucking cool.
Here we go. We got it. We got it. Squeeze it this way. Feel it, friends. Squeeze it this way. We on base and easy. Here we go. We got it. We got it. Squeeze it.
That's craziness. That's dope. You can't even hate on that. You can't hate on that. Oh yeah, this is okay. So we can go back. If I become rich, I'm not buying. I'm going to hire an old white man to follow me around, and they must talk like this.
Oh, that view from the porch now. Oh, I'm almost there. Oh, well, my Lord, if it ain't Miss Marty.
Hi, Mrs. Yao.
Oh, come on in, child. Oh, Mr. Senior's down at the docks trying to scale up some catfish.
Still making you talk like that?
Yep. Yeah, pays me an extra $50 a week. Says it reminds him of the good old days.
He can be an old.
I'm sorry. It's just if that offends you, I apologize. But that's how people that make it. I want to make America great again too. I want to make America. I'll eat fish, but I would just tell them to just make me some of the. Man, it would be. I'm sorry. That tickles me because I don't know any people who talk like that. Why did they make my grandmama and them talk like that, man? Like, that's not even normal. Like, oh. Listen, Luke, everything's south of Jupiter. I don't know. People in Miami have this reality of Miami that everybody knows Miami. I got news for you. Everything south of fucking Jupiter is Miami.
What's it, Browns? Yeah, I can't.
You got Broward, Lauderdale, like you got Palm Beach County. Man, bitch, all that's Miami, man. It's two airports that you fly into to go to Miami. Fort Lauderdale Airport and Miami Airport. And most people go to Lauderdale because it's cheaper to get to Miami. You're talking about an hour outside of it. It's fine. It's like people from Clay County and St. Johns County saying, "No, we're not from." Bitch, you from Jacksonville. That is you're in Jacksonville, Florida. Nobody knows Orange Park outside of this area. Like, just go ahead and make it easy. Hell, we know this is called the Seminole Hard Rock Stadium that the Miami Dolphins play in and that the Miami Hurricanes play in. Yo, they put out a tweet, dead serious. August 31st, the battle for number 2 in the state. Florida, Miami. Hard Rock put out a tweet that said August 31st, battle for second place in the state.
Oh, second in the state.
Yeah. So grandmama is already bragging on her baby boy. She told them they pay a social media person. I don't know. Does anybody know an Indian accent?
Oh, Native American.
Native American. Nobody knows that. The only thing I know about it is and I don't want to do what Ving Rhames did in that movie because that's truly offensive right now. But I want to say it. Whatever, man. We'll get it. One day I'll find an Indian. I don't know how to do John Redcorn. That's the only Indian that I've ever seen in prominent TV.
Oh, that is truly. He was a player.
But
Reservation Dogs. I've never heard of that.
38 minutes from the Hard Rock, bitch. Yeah, that's Miami, dog. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. 38 minutes ain't nothing. That's a skip.
Everything is 20 minutes in Jacksonville at least.
Minimum. Like I can't get to the west side in 38. I mean, if I'm trying to go to LY High School, it's gonna take me 40 minutes from here. But anyways, going to the next thing. That was good for recruiting. We had some momentum. It was going well. And then it stopped. But I told you people. That's why we play fantasy. I'm not predicting anything because the only thing more unpredictable than high school boys recruiting is grown men picking which college they want to coach at. I told y'all, don't trust any man with 2 last names.
You did say that.
They cannot make up their mind. This man decided to stay home, was in Washington. Not a problem. Good for you. Stay your ass out there. Won't see you ever again. Unless I guess we join the Big Ten, we may say that. But I'm not worried about him staying at Washington. Dust the cap. Oh, my bad. Dust the cap. MFTK. But, I missed that one. And I will admit, I was like, you know what? That's okay. We're okay. Just get Wallace. Just get Wallace. You know what we didn't do? We didn't get Wallace. And the fan base is in shambles and the trolls are coming. You can't recruit. I can't believe y'all let the dude with the Temu AirPods, and all these other guys get under your skin. But if you go to just find some of the other different things, Miles. The young man committed, like he had Florida State. He had Florida State, Florida, and Georgia. Those are his 3 schools. We'll go to that one later. Those are his 3 schools. He didn't pick any of them. Not one of the schools that he said he was going to did he pick. We'll get to that one later. He picked the University of Kansas. This was my reaction. And I didn't say this is the only because some people want to know the first thing they want to know what the hat is. What does the hat stand for? And I always joke with them. I'm mentors for the kids. Oh, thought it stood for something else. I said, well, it can. Is it motherfuck those kids? I'm like, whoa, yo, it's a little strong, man, comma, fuck them kids. But motherfuck is, hey man, we don't want to motherfuck people, man. It's a lot. Relax, a little harsh there, man. You were too eager on that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Motherfuck them kids, man. Motherfuck that. No, motherfuck that kid. Like, I'm happy for him, and I always tell people, like, I'm always genuinely happy for kids when they commit, right? But Arkansas, out of all the places, though, we we just had 2 guys drafted. Georgia has a history of guys getting drafted. Like Georgia, if a kid picking the University of Georgia for defense, I have absolutely no quarrels or no problems with them doing that. You're going to get you're going to get drafted. University of Florida has a former NFL guy as their coach. But goddamn, Arkansas, if he skips over Georgia, Florida State, and Florida to go to Arkansas, guys, that tells me everything that I need to know. That doesn't mean that Randy hasn't failed. Because we also didn't get Gavin Nix because we were sure about this. Our board was sitting pretty, and all you needed to do was get 2. Now there's still one more person on this board, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see us getting that guy, and that's Arnold. That's committed to Ohio State. I don't see us flipping this guy, but there's 2 things that you guys got to remember. We're okay at linebacker. We did a good job in the portal. We're going to be fine. We can't keep having this happen. But like the goal is to win games. It's not to win recruiting all the time. Like you get stuffed in the locker by guys who have competent programs or have a historically competent program. You don't like guys who are going to programs where the coaches are more than likely going to get fired in the middle of the season. There's 2 things you do. You keep recruiting the motherfuckers, and you also understand that there's some money that was involved in that. So, I mean, which is, again, this is the name of the game. Money's always been involved, but NIL, I mean, hey, God bless the kid. Randy, get back to the drawing board. You got a 4-star linebacker committed right now. Revamp it. Let's use relationships. Let's get what we need to get some more body types. But that kid is good. Like that's the only reason I'm mad. Like he's the closest thing we've had to Ernie Sims. And I don't mean like Ernie was a phenom. But what I mean, Ernie also was like a 10-6 in the 100-meter dash. Yeah. And this kid ran 10-8 at 2:15 or some shit like that. Like that's fucking moving. Like that hurt. Like that would hurt. I'm with you. Vent. Cry about it. But like give yourself no more than 24 hours. Because we still got other fireworks coming. Somebody asked me if I think Drake will end up playing outside linebacker in college. I got some video of Drake talking about the 2 schools he's narrowed it down to that'll be dropping probably right after the show. It'll be on the social media platforms.
These kids playing year 1.
No, and that's the thing that's the part that trips me. Why I'm not concerned. See, people are like, well, this will eventually hurt us. It will come to bite us in the butt. When? It ain't gonna be next year. It ain't gonna be the year after that. You're going to have to eventually make up for it in recruiting, but that's why we also have the portal. But here's the thing: you just brought up a good point. They're not going to. If they have to start next year, we're fucked.
That's what I'm thinking.
What should be happening next year is Cryer, Murphy, Nicholson. And one of these other mini 3-stars that that Randy keeps recruiting, somebody should be developed by that point to be able to come in and give you what you need to be able to play.
Right, there could be another young guy coming up by the time you even remember that this guy's ready to play.
Every year, there's a can't miss guy.
Yeah.
And every few years, there was a former can't miss guy whose name you could not recognize. It happens in recruiting, guys. Like it's why the portal is so relevant, is because while that kid might not have worked in the scheme somewhere else, that kid also got a year of college.
Right.
College workouts, college experience, college meal prep, everything that a high school kid hasn't gotten yet. But like, you know, I'm like, are we still not gonna? Eventually, it all works itself out. But I'll say this, and we'll talk about this. My guy's doing a good fucking job down in Miami. my former teammate Derek Nicholson. Shout out to my guy Derek. This was the argument I was having with y'all for years. Everybody was like, "Oh, we need to bring Ernie back." I'm like, no, I don't know if Ernie's a great coach. I don't know if Ernie can recruit. Ernie hasn't shown me anything that shows that he's like a great recruiter, and that's not knocking my teammate. I know Derek can recruit. I've seen Derek ass recruit. And that's when I was like, nah, bring Derek back, because Derek has not just done it at a Power 5 level. He's shown he could do it at every level climbing up. Like, Derek's a good coach. I do like Ernie being there, and I can see Ernie sliding into that Randy position. But you still need to be able to make sure we have some guys that can oversee it. But Miami made Derek Nicholson a co-D coordinator. Like, Miami's paying Derek some really, really good money. You're going to have to come up off of something to get Derek. Now, I'll say I talk to my guy often. And if there is an opportunity ever that's presented itself, he will come back home. But he ain't just coming back home for a hometown discount. So y'all can get that out of your heads and just, again, I talk to my friend very often for adult males. Like, I ain't making this. So again, one person, there's only a few people on this planet that I talk to consistently. It's my mama and my boy OJ. OJ is probably the only male that I talk to like at least 2 or 3 times a week. I talk to Derek about 6-7 times a year. For me, that's a lot. Especially he's busy. He's got a coach. He's got to recruit. Got to do all kinds of shit. But when we talk, we talk. So, yeah. We need to what I will say is we're not we use the portal and we use NIL in a much more strategic manner than others. I don't want to go as far as to say it's the old Patriots way. But the Patriots, if you ever noticed, the Patriots didn't care about first round picks. They traded their first round pick away a lot. They were always at every pro day of the top guys. And they were always in it. Not because they were drafting it. He told Nick Chubb this thing one time. It was the most striking thing. He's like, I know you're not going to be there when I draft, but I might want to get you in free agency one day. So I need to see what you do and how you get coached. Wow. And if you go back and you look at how the Patriots built their team, they built it through low draft picks, especially their offensive line. And they built it through getting not the top end guys in free agency, but the higher, but the middle tier guys in free agency. And then they invested in like 1 or 2 guys that were big time. So like, I forgot who they had this freakish, well, now it's not freakish anymore. Like, they're linebackers that this size all the time. It was like 6'4", 275 during the time. And he could play every position on the football. The Ravens used him not Ravens. That was the Ravens, excuse me. Yeah, no, he went from the Ravens to the Patriots. And the Ravens had used him at every position on the football field. So, again, just giving you guys a correlation from the NFL to college, recruiting is more similar to the draft, okay? Free agency is the transfer portal. So, even you keep these relationships open, see what they do down the road, and then when tragedy hits, they fit your scheme. And sometimes these kids go to schools they like or pay them and not ones that necessarily fit their scheme. So I'll leave you at that. But again, he is not living up to the expectations that we need him to do as a recruiter. But I'd be damned if he's not living up to the expectations of a developer. He took a kid from UCF and made him a draft pick that had multiple knee surgeries. He took a kid, Kalen DeLoach, and he'll make that 53-man roster for the Buccaneers that a lot of y'all were saying you hoped he hit the transfer portal. I remember what you said about nephew. And until we're not winning games, I will give a little bit of grace, but we do need to but that absolutely does need to get better. I don't know where to go from on the recruiting board like now, and that is a wee bit frustrating when you miss a guy to a rival. You waste time and resources on a guy that's on the West Coast that has 2 last names, and so he's indecisive. And then you miss it. Then we collectively, but we're part of that. We miss a kid to Arkansas. I don't give a damn if they gave him the daughter of a Walton. Like that's just something that you shouldn't, that should not be happening. That's three big misses for Florida State University. The University of Florida got a couple big things that they had. Tallahassee boy Jalen Wiggins decided that he was going to shut down his commitment and stay in stay committed to the University of Florida. They also got big wide receiver from Riverside High School and Jamal Gelsley. I'm sure I said his name wrong, but if we could cut the noise, because if it's music, I definitely don't want to get demonetized for a fucking Gator. Good kid, very good, very good athlete. Not better than my kid. That's me being biased, but he's done his thing. He's pretty good. So Florida should be happy about that guy. They got 2 big wide receivers and more. And this young man from Riverside High School here in Jacksonville. I told people coming in that 2025 was going to be one of those crazy years for Jacksonville athletes. I mean, there are cats everywhere, man. Yeah. Like he's like 6'5", 6'6". He's a big boy. We had to play against them. Played against them last year. I think he's a big time prospect. They got some big games. They play rain. Yeah, they play Reigns. This is the school that thought we ran up the score on them.
Oh, really?
And the coach wouldn't shake our hands.
What?
We didn't. I promise you that. We took the only thing we did was we took our starters out halfway through second series of the third quarter. And I put all my backup running backs in. We had 3 consecutive drives in because of a fumble. So we went to this thing we call sledgehammer. So it's all of our ones go back out there because we only have a one group of sledgehammer. But it's literally basically a goal line offensive play. So we went with the idea of we're going to run the ball. And we put the guys in who wouldn't fumble the ball. And when they still fumbled the ball. But it was a rainy day, but whatever. It was.
And running the ball is not running up the score. That's like the opposite.
This year they're going to think it's different because we got backup quarterbacks and we got a bunch of backup wide receivers that we need to get quality reps. So we're going to run our offense the entire game.
Condolences with Chris. I guess he lost a family member.
Yeah. He texted me. He put it in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, Chris, man. Yeah, damn, it's tough. But yeah, Florida's doing their thing with recruiting. They're somewhere in the back. They're not. I think they're out of load more Twitter, but they're somewhere in the back. Miami right now is hitting on relatively all cylinders right now. So kudos to them. They're. I'm not going to take the kid will commit tomorrow on July 4th, Drake Stubbs. I've already told everybody that, like, if you want to know where I think Drake's going, Drake will wear the same colors that he wears in high school. A lot of Florida fans believe that and it's just recruiting is a very interesting thing. Learning a lot about it. If some of these other things really lock up or are the way that I believe they were. Chris put my quote out there. It's technically not my quote. That's Mr. Damn, what's the name of the Tyler Perry? It's not the Parkers. Anyways, people's dying has never died before. Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown said that. I don't mind Drake. The only thing I ask is that Drake not be used like James Williams. And Drake, I do think Drake will grow into. I do believe Drake will grow into a linebacker. In the way he plays, there's some flaws that he has in his game, or not flaws. That's a bad way to put it. There are some weaknesses that I think he can get better at, but man, he is a dynamic player, especially when you just let him roam. In high school, he's a whole fucking cheat code.
Do schools still recruit? Like, say if a kid chooses to go to Washington and we still recruit him, he doesn't like his first year, he hasn't even played there yet.
Still recruit him. You gotta keep relationships open.
And they can come back the second year, or they can transfer to.
They have 1 year to transfer. I mean, they have one transfer that they can use.
Okay.
So, like, and actually, technically, I think the NCAA eliminated it. You can transfer as much as you fucking want to now.
So you don't know how their first year is going to go at any of these schools.
You don't. Arkansas. Primo, we didn't. To answer your question, we didn't recruit him like that. Like, and again, this isn't coming from me saying he wasn't a tape. I don't fucking understand it. Like, he's my guy. Like, but it's really only one of the guys on the trio that they just really went all in for. And you've heard that from me too, Primo. Surtain has a type. And that's, hey, God bless. He was recruited, but he wasn't recruited like that. And I understand. When I see the guys that we're getting, completely understand. Completely understood. Not even mad. Like, again, when you get into the situation, you know that they can't recruit. They're not going to just come up and recruit all of my guys. That's a fair thing. My God, let's see. Recruiting 101. Need to make sure we screenshot that. Oh, you know what? Let me put my phone out. That's Anthony Gregory put, you need to do a recruiting explainer, official visits, unofficial visits, NIL stuff, all of that. I could do that. That's not a problem. I'm not gonna do that today, but we could definitely fucking up. I'm trying to screenshot it so I don't forget that. All right. So going on to the next thing. Shit, I can't. Again, I wanted to do like when you lose somebody, I want to do fantasy. Oh, you got it facing that?
Yeah, I can put it.
Nah, because I don't even know where to go. I gotta do some research on linebackers before I do go back to my fantasy recruiting board. Like yeah, they fucked me all up. Randy Shannon. Again, Randy Shannon is good. Like, but to Primo's question, like, I believe the Wallace kid is somebody that you're gonna keep recruiting. That's the name of the game. So one of the kids that I have is there's a school that kept recruiting him. That hasn't stopped recruiting him regardless. They just been putting the feelers out, developing relationships, and they're going to go get an official visit from him. More than likely. Doesn't make sense, but that school never stopped. So kudos to them. So let's go on to the next thing, like I said. But I wanted to give props to UM for recruiting. Show this video right here. I should have showed this clip. Does anybody know? I got to find a website that can track miles per hour. Our Catapult system. Catapult is the coolest shit for us workout nerds. Oh my God. I can see miles per hour. I can see when kids are loafing. I can see a power output. I can see all these different things. The problem with it is you cannot see it if you're indoors. But this is why I'm mad we're not really in the Jamie French sweepstakes, but I'll be okay. But I'm a Jamie French fan. Now, I won't be okay if Bryson Wright comes around and we're not in the Bryson Wright sweepstakes. That's 2028. I will be livid, but we got time for that. But push play on this one right here. And I muted it because he said some things. But watch this, Hitch. Catches it. Now watch this. Watch the Jets. He couldn't do that before. He can do that now. I even had to go up to him and say, "Hey man, you might have got a little faster." That bothers me because I like the kid. But anyways, I want to know what his miles per hour were on that. That had to be 21 minimum. But we'll get it. But that's that young man is the reason why you don't stop recruiting guys just because you feel like you missed out. You never know. But the only thing that makes me feel like he wouldn't fit in with that said school that I just hinted at is that he doesn't drink and drive. Georgia has a bunch of other people doing that. Oklahoma State running back Ollie Gordon just got popped and arrested for now the speed limit thing. I think they were looking for him. He was going like 82 and a 65 or something like that. Who hasn't done that before? I do that sober. Actually, the only time I've never driven fast and I abide by every speed limit, every law, is when I've had a couple. I am literally, ain't no rolling stops. It is a complete stop. Flick I use my turn signals. I do everything properly when stuff like that happens. 10 and 2, no cell phone texting, like music low. All of that shit. But Ollie Gordon got popped, and social media is hilarious because this is what somebody put. That he's a starting running back for Oklahoma State. And if anybody remembers, the Oklahoma State media guy just said that he would root against Miami versus the Kremlin because of how they were coming after his guys. But somebody made this breaking news: Oklahoma State running back Ollie Gordon is set to transfer to Georgia. So, 2 different types of liquors in the whip. Oh yeah, you're right. His girlfriend. That's the only type of pain that a girlfriend can give you. Tell you what, ladies, I'm not telling you what to do and what not to do. But if you got a guy like him and he's cheating on you, if you want to leave, leave. Don't fuck up everybody else's happiness because your house isn't in order. A woman will come in there and put all that stress on him, and now he's drinking white and brown, driving 85 in a 65, listening to Marvin Gaye or sad sappy love songs and fucking up bookies' lives. Like in the NFL draft status, I've never understood that. Now you have you want somebody to feel the pain that you feel, and now that affects everything. Nah, go get this money, sister. Let him get where he needs to get and then leave him or get his ass back or something. I don't know, man. But Jesus Christ, don't kill him. Yeah, or Drake, or who's the fat rapper that's always sad? Rod Wave. Like over here, like that music makes you wanna unalive yourself. All jokes aside, recruiting is ascending. It will be better, needs to be better in certain aspects. But my guy, Mark Rogers, the voice of college football, dropped his top 10 head coaches in college football list. He's doing more, so check out at THE. Make sure I'm saying that. Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah, that's Mark. Okay. Because then there's the other guy who's the I forgot his name, but anyways. Go follow at the VOCFB on Twitter. Top 10 head coaches in college football. There's some controversy on this list, but I do not mind it because list Twitter is to get people talking. You got Kirby Smart, Brian Kelly, Ryan Day, Kalen DeBoer, Steve Sarkisian, Dabo Swinney, Kyle Whittingham, Dan Lanning, Lincoln Riley, and a one Miguel Norvell at 10. Some people were upset about Mike being at 10, considering he has consistently whipped Brian Kelly's ass at 2. And Brian Kelly did get the best of him at Notre Dame, but it took overtime to a 5-7 squad, a squad that lost to Jacksonville State the next week. So there is some argument for Mike maybe being a little bit higher in the list. But what I will say is what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the top 6 have in common Yeah, actually, Lincoln Riley, I believe, did go to the playoff with Oklahoma. But definitely those 6 right there up top, they all have recent college football playoffs or national championships in their caliber. So I'm not mad at that. Mike should have been in the college football playoff, which gives him that top 10 spot. Mike does what he does. Mike does 10 plus wins again this year. He'll be considered still inside that top 10 coaches of all time. Not all time, excuse me, of the current era. But Kirby Smart is clearly, hands down, the best coach in college football.
Why do the commenters hate Sarkisian so much?
It's a disdain for Texas, and he's a drunk. And he stunk. He stunk at his first stop.
Oh, okay. They're like, why is he? I keep seeing, why is he even on the list?
Sport Mark, Dan Lanning is a terrible game day coach. His decisions cost his team against Washington twice. I could understand that. Got nothing else. Got nothing else for him. Yeah, don't know. Nepotism. We have seen, never have I seen more people upset about something that doesn't matter. It does not affect their lives more than this LeBron James shit. Bronny James was taken with the 55th overall pick in basketball. Can anybody in the comments name me notable? You know what? Let me just Google it. I don't know. I just figured it's hard to make an NBA roster, but like the 55th pick typically doesn't get this much attention. Notable 55th overall picks in basketball. There's Patty Mills.
That's the first person I saw. Yeah.
Never to forget Mark Leveroni. You know, can't forget about him. Make sure I go back. Oh, it'll show me better here. Mark Blunt. Kenny Gaddison. I recognize those two names. Antoine Moore. Antoine Moore. Isaiah Wall. Remember him? Greg Santos. Is that Anthony Wiggins? That's a good one. Jay Scrub. K Guy with the Knicks. Williams Goss. 2 last names. My point is, none of you give a fuck. You just care that it's LeBron James. And I would love to be that good to where I can get my son put on. Like, no. That's not even what it is. Imagine being so good, right? Because this is what you're saying when you say he forced the LA Lakers at damn near 40 years old to draft his son, right? You're saying that LeBron James is so good that white people who have had corporate jobs for their entire lives are willing to lose their jobs for him. That's how much influence he has. And if he does, kudos to him. I don't think he does. I think what they saw is that LeBron James is a good enough role player. LeBron James Jr. is a good enough role player to be able to make a decent impact on this team, in which he will probably be playing in the G League and getting paid handsomely. But still probably will be out of the league after the first contract. But he's the 55th overall pick. Who the fuck cares? He's a guy that it was going to probably more than likely be a wasted pick anyway.
Right.
And now it's so much to the fact that people are looking at LeBron and see, he signed a 1-1. He signed a 2-year with a 1-year option. You're not even paying attention that LeBron James has signed that same contract for fucking ever. And the reason why you do it is so he can do what he just did. If they find somebody who's good, If he finds somebody that like so LeBron is a first year guaranteed contract. Second year he opts out until they get done signing everybody they want, and then he'll resign. So it gives the team, what people don't realize, it gives the team more like leverage because they're all going to pay the luxury tax. They have no problem paying the luxury tax. This is important. Maybe. I don't even know why they didn't show up. But anyways, long story short, stop hating. And a lot of it just comes down to the fact, like, again, it goes back to like what I talk about with FSU fans. At what point have we, let's say he's not better than Michael Jordan. He's not. All right, let's say that. He's a great. Have we ever just stepped back and enjoyed this greatness that we have?
Right. For how many 20 plus years?
20 plus years. You can't say he's sorry. He's still averaging more. He's still one of the leading scorers in the NBA. He's doing shit that I couldn't even imagine doing right now, man.
And the Lakers and Jeannie Buss aren't the richest owners in the NBA. This is also a good marketing path for them. They're going to make money off the combination of Bronny and LeBron, whether it's jersey sales or, ticket sales, of course. Regardless, it's also a money move.
It's who's again, we talk, it's the same people that tell us not to hate on Caitlin Clark that are hating on LeBron James. Because you know who's leading all the rookies in jersey sales right now? Well, all the draft picks in jersey sales right now? Bronny James Jr.
That's crazy.
It's a situation where he's like, and what's crazy is, fuck the 55th overall pick. This is the first time that I've the NBA draft is on? Oh, shit. I didn't even know. Yeah. Man, I didn't even know. I knew what the WNBA draft was. And when I watched a little bit, I don't know any of these people's names.
A lot of people did.
And you're complaining about the 55th overall pick? If there were ever a draft that he should have probably been drafted in the first round, it'd be this one where nobody knows who the fuck is getting drafted. Like, there's real pressing issues in this world. And I get it if you're a Lakers fan. Get it. But did you know, like, do you know why we all know who Scalabrine is? It's because he stood out. He was the one white guy on the Celtics. If he got in the game, oh, holy shit. It's either really bad or it's really good. It's nothing in between. We want absolutely nothing of him. Bronny James Jr., like, you don't care about nobody cares about the 15th person on the roster. You only care because it's this guy's son.
And I didn't even think about that. The father-son.
It's the first time.
They're going to sell, like, your dad buys the father jersey and the son gets the junior jersey. It's like a great marketing tool.
Like, we talk about fathers and the influence in this. The jokes were funny, though. Controversy starts because LeBron James is sleeping with one of his teammates' mother. It's fun. Like, that was funny. Like, the Friday after next thing. Not Friday after that, the Friday where Craig gets beat up by Debo. they're like, that's gonna be Draymond Green when he gets Bronny. And LeBron's holding back Savannah, like, no, he's got to do it. He's got to learn. He's got to learn. But it's a thing where I need a Care Bear shirt. I need somebody to design me a Care Bear shirt because that's what some of y'all are. You're Care Bears. You can't care about things this much, man. It's impossible. They cared about the coach, like getting goddamn well. The head coach the only time the head coach in the NBA mattered was during the times when we were damn near slaves, when players weren't even getting paid good like that. Like you don't care about JJ Redick not being a good coach, and you damn sure don't care about Sam Cassell not getting the job. It's the one place I don't want to hear about black coaches not getting opportunities is in the NBA. Like NBA, like it's almost like the white coaches get fucked over in that. I ain't even gonna hold you on that. NFL, we still got a lot of work to do over there. Getting better, but got a lot of work to do over there. NBA, shut that shit up. Might want to hear that. But again, because you're saying this and that to say again, a black man is so. I want us to listen to what's being said. And why you're angry. In America, while they're getting rid of DEI and they're slowly retracting, like, I'm cool. I'm going to be good. I'm in the percentage that's a little higher than most people. You're not, though. I'm just telling some of you guys. Like, it's like the day. I'm not saying this to say I ain't going to fuck with you. I'm still going to do my book bag drives. I'm going to be there with you. But I'm just going to let you know. I'm probably going to be all right. Some of y'all black and white aren't. And when you're looking at this stuff and you're arguing about shit, it's like Dave Chappelle said, I'm cool, I'm rich. I'm going to be good. Like, you're not. But in a situation, we're saying a black man is so powerful, it controls the NBA so much that he can get his son that's unqualified a job. I'm sorry, that's happened in every aspect of life in the world. Like, that's what you're supposed to do as a father. Now, nobody says that about, actually, we're talking about the Lakers, in which not one of those kids that are making this decision bought the Lakers. They were bequeathed that from their father. Jerry Jones, you know who Jerry Jones hired? He hired his own kids and his siblings. It happens every day in sports. It happens everywhere. So I'm cool with it. Fine. I'm not a Lakers fan, not an NBA fan anyway. So whatever the fuck. But I do want Sam to get a job. I actually want Sam to get a specific job. I want Sam to get the Florida State head basketball coach job. Life of Bill. Let's talk about DJ Ukulele's pops threatening to beat the brakes off a hater on Clubhouse. It wasn't Clubhouse. It wasn't Clubhouse. It was Twitter Spaces. And again, we'll talk about that because that stems to what the original tweet was that Miles shared. A lot of people say what's a good look and what's a bad look, or what they would do or what they wouldn't do. But the reality is you'll never be in that position. DJU's dad, Big Dave, and it's funny, Big Dave is my complexion, guys. I've been confused for a Samoan quite a few times. Big Dave literally threatened to beat the shit out of somebody because they were talking about it. It wasn't because they were talking bad about his son. They were talking disrespectfully about his son. There's a difference. If you talk disrespectfully about my kid, I tell people all the time, like, somebody tries to use my kid as a troll. I say, hey, man, don't use my kid as for your fucking agenda. I'll beat the shit. I will. It's no in between with my kids. So, like, it's not arguing the facts. If you think he's a mid to average quarterback, that's fine. I argue against that because he's a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, which is all I want. But sometimes fans take things to the next level and they argue You know, hey man, your son sucks. He's ass. He's this. He's blah blah blah. It's very spiteful. Now, as a parent, I always encourage people, hey, maybe we should not, like, just like I tell kids, don't read the message boards. Don't get too active. Now, Big Dave, he is. But Big Dave also represents a lot of other college athletes. Big Dave also has another son that's a really, really tremendous defensive end. At Oregon. But the guy was like, he ain't nothing but a glorified tight end or something like that, blah, blah, blah. Same shit they said about J-Trav. They said J-Trav wasn't nothing but a running back that could throw the ball. But the funny part in all of the Big Dave thing, and I bring up Big Dave's skin complexion for a fucking reason. They're saying Big Dave is racist. Not to white people, but to black people. Because he's Polynesian. And he used the N-word.
Oh. Sometimes I go off what they look like. How do the police see you?
That's exactly. Big Dave get pulled over. You know what? And Big Dave gets pulled over, or Big Dave gets to talking and a racist gets in an argument with Big Dave. They're not going to say you Polynesian.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to continue. That's pretty much my law right there. If the police going to whoop your ass, then...
Oh, man, the dude apologized to Big Dave. And he rightfully, and he should have. And he did back up. But where it started was this. He's like, you're talking very reckless. Big Dave sounds straight up West Coast OG. Sounds a little, he doesn't sound like Whack 100, but like I hear a little Miriam Suge Knight in him. He was a bodyguard for some of the most gangster ass rap acts you could find. Like, this man ain't no punk, man. He said, you won't say that in my face. I could check. Listen, you wouldn't say that in my face right there. I would. And he said, good and goddamn well you wouldn't say that in my face. And it's the truth. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's Big Dave. Yep.
He does look like a West Coast gangster.
Big Dave got his Polynesian. Like, they got their hair slicked back.
Yeah.
And he's Polynesian, dog.
Right.
Let me tell you about these Polynesians. They fight till they tired. And they don't get tired. And then you got to fight them all. It's a lot. It's in there, a warrior culture. Like, it's a warrior culture, bro. Like, so if you talking that, if you hit one, just know you better be Polynesian too. Or you better be rolling deep. Because they all coming, and it's a lot of them motherfuckers, man. More so on the West Coast, but I've been in spaces with Big Dave. You can argue with Big Dave and you can talk to him about DJ respectfully, and he will take it. But when you can't lead with disrespect and then get mad because you got met with disrespect. And DJ, his ex-wife is half black. Big Dave said the key to making a good athlete is find you a black. If you're Polynesian, find you a black woman. If you're a black man, find you a Polynesian woman. But I would not find me a Polynesian woman because they really believe in them old school ass methods. They drink and they fight. That's what they do. Nah, it's some random. I don't care. He's living in this space. He ain't fucking with nothing. Some random bot in here talking about blockchain and shit. Like, I don't know why you're here, bro.
I don't even know what that is.
Blockchain. Oh, crypto.
Oh. That means we're growing.
Yeah, it's getting random bots in. That's cool. Doesn't matter as long as it adds to the algorithm. But yeah, man. Like, it's just funny because it's not. It's them barrels. Put the word in front of it. So I don't want y'all getting me on wax like y'all got DJU. Because pilgrims are cool. Pilgrims in my ways. But only the people who want to say it and get mad when other people say it, but like are reaching, are the only ones who will make spaces, like make a tweet like that. He's racist. Man, fuck out of here. Big Dave, like my man said, Big Dave stood on business. You like he's listen, if I really felt the way I felt, cool, man. I said what the fuck I said. See you Thanksgiving weekend. I don't know what school the guy went to, but it's cool. See you Thanksgiving. See you in November. See you when we play Clemson. Play Clemson in Tallahassee. See you then, Big Dave. I said what I said. But it's never that. It's you went above and beyond to be extra, and then he met your extra with a little more extra. It reminded me of a time when I was around, and it was when I was around, and a guy was like, "You're a funny guy, man. You tell a lot of good jokes, but what happens when them jokes ain't no longer funny?" And then he got serious. He got real serious on him, and everybody was like, "Oh, whoa, this turned dark real quick." And that's kind of what it reminded me of, man. But Big Dave is a good guy. He's been hella in social media, and when it comes to the trolling, he go back. When he was at Clemson, he was trolling hard. Like when you troll him, and you go back and forth. But when you keep it respectful, you keep it G. You got to keep it G. But, you know, when it's the threat to get knocked out, like, you know, again, West Coast cats different, man. It's a different language over there than the South. So you got to know different playing tools. It's just like when I tell folks about Florida lingo. I don't know what it's like everywhere else. If you can't call a Florida dude a band or a pan. So that's pussy ass, the word that Dave said. Or bitch ass, the word that Dave said. When you say that, you got to stand on it. They mean that. That's a little too much emphasis. You can call me an N. You say, hey, am I in? You can say you a bitch, but you can't say I'm a band. Like, you can't put them together. That's just entirely too much. The combination is hard, man. Like, it's like real harsh. But you know, David's straight, man. I can't wait to get around him. Seems like a really good dude. I guess that's a combination of when keeping it real goes wrong. Did y'all hear about the Atlanta judge? He does Mac 10, Mac 10. Yep. Chicken hawking. Yep. Chicken hawking and who riding.
His old pictures are like dressed in old, like how we
Dickies. Dickies suits, slick back hair, all that stuff. Probably one of the, I don't know, Mac 10 can't be all black. It's something. Mac 10 is something.
Yeah.
He's too pale.
Yeah.
But when keeping it real goes wrong, Dave Chappelle had a great skit. And some people need to apply this to life. And I love my sisters, but sometimes our educated sisters get a little too, they don't know how to shut the fuck up sometimes. One of the downsides of this independent movement is you don't know when to just, hey, let's ride this out. Now she's got all those degrees and nothing to show for it. Maybe she could go back to being an attorney. But George Christina Peterson has been removed from the bench after she was apparently caught on camera hitting a police officer. The Georgia Supreme Court, that was fast too, ruled that Peterson has broken multiple code of judicial conduct policies since taking office. And they said, we agree that the removal is warranted here. The hearing panel found that the JQC director proved by clear and convincing evidence 28 of 30 counts alleging that Judge Peterson violated the CJC. And that discipline is authorized under the Georgia Constitution for 20 of those 28 counts. Police have released additional body cam footage of Peterson refusing to obey with police. She got into it at a club. Why she made out? She's 38 years old, making all this bread. Why is she at a regular ass club in Atlanta, wanting to be outside, take your ass home, do some rich people shit. But let's listen to her talk.
For what? I wasn't huffed. I wasn't really needed to. Shut the fuck up. You look like a nigga who was trying to do something before and I never let him relax. Shut the fuck up and stop touching me. Yeah, stop touching me. Get the fuck off of me. Stop touching. I got it. I can walk on my own. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I got it. I can walk on my own. Don't touch me.
You're preventing
Take
that.
me. I could give a damn. Take me where you want to
So
take me.
how do you want me to take you somewhere expeditiously?
Now. Take me where you want to take me. No! No! Just let that nigga run on the female. No! He just touched me. Everything for no reason. Right, let him fucking go. Let him fucking go. Let him fucking go. Let him fucking go. That's a cop.
Yeah, that's enough of that, man. Sometimes you just gotta like judges tell you all the time, man. Like, that's tough, man. That's what I want to know. Was she on something? Like, did they give her a pill or give her a bean? No, but then sometimes you hear them talk. Like, did you hear how she was just derogatory to her? I'm gonna be honest with you. The coolest customer that I've ever seen, and if when he first bought the Jags, Shad Khan did like a 60 Minutes interview. Do you realize that this man got detained at the border of Canada because they thought he was a terrorist? A billionaire got a billion, and then they were like he was just so calm and cool. He spent the night in jail. He's a billionaire. And it's not, it could flex, but decided, but understood the situation. Sometimes a dude who makes, actually not even shot, like for this lady, a dude who makes what you pay in taxes, it's got the better of you, man. You got to just let the situation play out, get to where you can get to, where you now have the authority and more leverage, and just bob. Or just don't show your ass when you go out in public.
You're around law every day. You're around people who did exactly what you do, that you sentenced every day. There's no way you lose that much self-awareness in a moment. And then you're right, 38.
I mean, what are we doing now, man? This is the problem with being. This is. Can I permission? Is this a safe space? This is the problem with the outside culture. Dot Girl Summer and all that other shit. Everybody want to be Meg Thee Stallion, bitch. You have passed the Meg Thee Stallion days. You're not in college anymore. You are a well-to-do person, man. Let's go to the jazz clubs. Let's go to the lounges. Like, let's do stuff. Like, let's not try to relive our college days. So now it's just, hey, man, don't keep it real. And we'll end with this. These people need their citizenships revoked. The world of football championships, the sport we created, don't care what it was like. But the World Football Championships, Americans been getting their asses whooped.
What is the World Football?
It's U20, so there's 20. Basically, their high schoolers are better than whatever 25 kids. It's 25 guys on the team. They go over and they play pool play. We have lost to Japan in a loss that's second. It's only it's only second to Pearl Harbor, in my opinion. Like, there's no way we should be losing football games to Japan, even though Japan got black kids on their team. So, men, that's 75,000 they want to pay us. You need to go over there. But we also lost we lost 41-20 to Japan. There's a video clip though, Miles, where it was 27-7 and where they broke the game open. And I'm just disgusted at our boys. Like, they shouldn't even be allowed to come home. But like, blow this up. This is ridiculous. This should never happen to Americans.
1st and 10 for the 31, and Japan will go right up the gut, and they get first down and more. A lot of open field to work with. Down to, still going. The 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Japan. And another one along the
This
ground.
is why it's embarrassing.
Well, I must say, with bringing a blitz that aggressive, you are open to creases. And
we're definitely. We're sitting, I don't know who these people are.
And took advantage of it and took it to the house. But you'll see here on the replay, they had about 9 guys up in that box, leaving not that many defenders back. Once you get through the first 5 yards,
That guy is backing up. These guys don't even want to make
finish off this and turn it into a score.
First and 10 for the 31.
And not just the
Japan
kids
will
should
go right
have
up.
their citizenships revoked. The coaches too. Everybody over there should not be allowed back in America. Now we also lost to, I believe it was Austria. Or is it Germany? One of them two. Bottom line is it's all the same. We shouldn't have lost it. Now I will say the local news got it right. I'm gonna play this. Play this here so y'all can hear it.
That we had that lost to Japan and Australia for, I mean, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's 20 people.
Yeah.
They have 20-man roster. It's not even real football players.
Yeah.
So that doesn't, I mean, if Japan wants to come over and play Mandarin high school anytime.
Y'all hear that? Game recognized game. You want Japan? Come do that shit to us. Come play Mandarin, Japan. Stop ducking. Come play some real American football. Definitely not our best, man. Definitely not our best. But I'll leave y'all with that. Fun stuff, man. Again, trying to get to 6,000, really close to it. We'll give our giveaway. Hopefully we'll have that by next week. So could have bought you some good supplies, but we're still struggling to hit that number. Been a minute, but whatever. We'll get to it eventually. If we somehow get to 10,000 before football season, we will give away a pair of season tickets, as well as a parking pass. Just continue to grow the channel. Appreciate you guys. We will see you guys probably Friday morning as well inside the den. Appreciate y'all for chopping it up with me. See you next time.